You have been hurt by someone you trusted completely. And the worst part was not the betrayal itself. It was the moment you realized the signs were always there. You just did not know what to look for. And now you carry that experience into every new relationship you try to build. Not because you want to stay closed, because you cannot figure out how to stay safe and stay open at the same time. But there is an animal that has solved this exact problem for millions of years. It never gets fooled twice. It never closes itself off completely. And what science discovered about how it reads trust will change how you see people forever. The elephant has one of the most remarkable memories in the entire animal kingdom. Not just for places and routes, for individuals. Scientists studying elephant behavior discovered something that stopped them completely. Elephants remember every single animal and every single human they have ever encountered. For decades, they remember who helped them in a drought, who threatened their young, who showed up when things were hard, and who disappeared when they were needed most. What makes this extraordinary is not the memory itself. It is what the elephant does with it. It uses that accumulated record of behavior to make precise decisions about who deserves closeness and who does not. Not based on first impressions, not based on what someone said, based entirely on what that individual did consistently over time. The elephant never gives trust quickly, and it never withholds it permanently. It builds it the only way that is actually safe, through evidence. That is the framework most humans are missing when they let the wrong people in. So here are 4 lessons to help you finally know the difference between someone worth trusting and someone simply performing trustworthiness until they get what they want. Lesson 1. Watch what people do when nothing is in it for them. Think about the last person who let you down. Were they generous and warm when they needed something from you? Indifferent when they did not? Most people answer yes. The shift was always there. They just dismissed it because the warmth felt so real in the moment. When an elephant encounters a new individual, it does not assess them during moments of abundance or ease. It watches them during scarcity, during conflict, during moments when helping costs something. It waits to see what the individual does when there is nothing to gain from being good. That is the only moment that reveals genuine character. Behavioral science has consistently shown that people reveal their true character not in comfortable moments, but in moments of stress, scarcity, and inconvenience. In plain terms, how someone treats you when they need nothing from you is the most reliable signal of who they actually are. How they treat you when they need something tells you almost nothing. Think about someone in your life you are currently assessing. Watch how they treat people who can do absolutely nothing for them. The waiter, the cleaner, the person with no status. How someone treats those people is exactly how they will eventually treat you. The elephant has always known this. Now so do you. Lesson 2. Trust is built in small moments, not grand ones. You have probably been swept away before by someone who made a big gesture early. An overwhelming display of loyalty or care that made you feel completely safe with them. And then later you discovered the grand gesture was easy. It was the small, consistent moments they could not sustain. Elephants do not trust based on grand gestures. They trust based on small, repeated behaviors over a long period of time. A small act of sharing during scarcity. A consistent response during stress. A pattern of showing up when showing up costs something. Trust is not built in elephants through impressive moments. It is built through reliable, ordinary ones. Psychology has consistently shown that the most accurate predictor of how trustworthy someone will be in the future is how consistently reliable they were in small, low-stakes situations in the past. In plain terms, the person who keeps small promises will keep big ones. The person who breaks small promises will break big ones too. Grand gestures mean almost nothing if the small behaviors are unreliable. Pick one person you are currently trusting and ask yourself one honest question. Do they keep small promises consistently? Not big ones, small ones. Do they show up when it costs them something minor? Do they follow through on things that nobody would notice if they forgot? That pattern of small, reliable behavior is the only foundation real trust can be built on. Start watching for it today. Lesson 3. Your gut feeling is data. Stop overriding it. You have felt it before. Something slightly off. A small inconsistency you could not name. A moment where the words and the energy did not quite match. And you talked yourself out of it because you wanted to be wrong, because the person seemed so genuine, because you felt guilty for doubting them. Elephants never override that signal. When something feels wrong in the herd, the elephant responds immediately. It raises its head, it stops, it listens. It does not dismiss the feeling because everything looks fine on the surface. It trusts the signal and investigates before committing to anything further. Neuroscience has confirmed that the gut feeling most people dismiss as paranoia is actually the brain processing patterns below the level of conscious awareness. In plain terms, your gut is not irrational. It is your brain noticing something real before your logic can catch up. When it fires, it is sending you data, not anxiety, information. The next time something feels slightly off about someone, do not dismiss it. Write it down immediately. One sentence describing exactly what you noticed. Then watch for that behavior again over the next 2 weeks. If it appears consistently, your gut was right. If it does not appear again, you have lost nothing. The elephant never ignores a signal. Neither should you. Lesson 4. Real trust is tested in hard moments, not easy ones. Most people discover who they can trust at the worst possible time, when they are already vulnerable, already invested, already in too deep to leave without pain, because they gave full trust before they had tested it in a hard moment. Elephants test the strength of their bonds deliberately and consistently. During droughts, when food is scarce, the elephant watches who shares and who hoards. During danger, it watches who stands and who retreats. During grief, it watches who stays and who disappears. The hard moments are not interruptions to the relationship. They are the relationship. They are when real character is revealed. Animal behavior research has found that bonds formed and tested during adversity are significantly stronger and more durable than bonds formed only in comfort. In plain terms, a friendship that has only existed in easy times has never actually been tested. You do not know what it is made of yet. Only difficulty reveals that. Think about the people closest to you. Have you ever seen them under real pressure? Have you ever needed something from them when it cost them something to give it? If the answer is no, you have a comfortable relationship. But you do not yet know if you have a trustworthy one. Be patient. Watch what happens the first time things get genuinely hard. The elephant always does. An elephant that has lived for 50 years carries 50 years of evidence about every individual it has ever known. It does not need to guess who is safe. It knows. Not because it is suspicious, because it paid attention. You have that same capacity. You just need to start using it the way the elephant always has. Through evidence, through time, through the quiet accumulation of what people actually do when it costs them something to do it. Subscribe to The Wild Principle, and we are just getting started.